Rolling with the triple C, I'ma make him bend the knee. Rolling with the triple C, don't really count the heat.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of Fight Feedback. I'm your host, Henry Cejudo, aka Triple C, and this is brought to you by the one and only Fruve, with 15 servings of fruits and veggies in every bottle. As you guys know, I'm making a comeback. I'm already down 15 pounds. Go get yourself some Fruve. I'm going to be breaking down the one and only, the pound-for-pound king as of right now, Alexander Volkanovski. Will make some great, his fakes, his feints, his timing, his distance recognition, his lateral movements, how does he calls people in order for him to either kick or throw his punches. But I stand by what I said. The fight that he has coming up now is with Islam Makhachev. I still do believe that's a bad matchup for, but whatever. Enough talk. Let's get to the big screen. So here we have, Brian Ortega versus Alexander Volkanovski. 2-inch reach advantage here, but this is where I find it right here. A 2.5 reach advantage with somebody who's 2 inches taller than you. Pretty crazy. Anyhow, let's hit play. Right away. Notice what he's doing there right away. He's peppering that jab. He's trying to see your reaction. Brian's allowing him to get in to eventually invest in that big overhand that he has. So he'll pepper, boom, to eventually find that right hand. Watch. He uses it as a measuring stick too. Yep. He's not doing anything. Yep. He's giving him space, and here comes the jab came in on that time, but he's using this. He's almost like Volkanovski's fencing with that lead hand. He's fencing. He likes to fence with it. Fence it. Looking for that overhand. But there's one thing that people don't capitalize, and it's this. It's his legs right here. Everybody's thinking hands because he's acting busy. He's getting these guys to go back. And he'll always do that. He'll find it. He'll try to touch your gloves. He'll go right hand, left hook. He's got that stiff jab too. Good distance, as you guys notice. Like if you have the ability to get out and still be neutral, that says a lot about a fighter. He's just swinging. He's always investing in, keeping it simple. Right hand, left hook. Yeah, there he starts again, his little combination. Peppering, yep. Yeah, now he went low, ended up coming high. But he uses that jab. Yep, exactly, Brian. This is what you want. You want to be able to kick this dude. Make him think hands, kick his legs. There it goes again. He'll pepper the first jab to eventually stick with the stiff jab. Yep, you see what I'm saying? Boom, bah. And then he'll eventually go overhand. Keeps it simple. Yep, and now he's coming back. Bah. Once he feels he's enraged, then he invests in the bigger punches. Yeah, see, Ortega's letting him in. You don't want to let Volkanovski in. Yep. Watch this juke step. Watch this juke step. Watch how he steps to the side, comes back with the overhand, and then eventually left hook. Bah! Gets his head across. Boom. That's a beautiful, a zigzag type step. Boom. Bam. His head is always in position to throw punches. Yep. Let's go back to that real quick. And now watch. Sometimes Volkanovski will break distance and just come in without necessarily faking. The reason why he got caught this time with that right hand, because he wasn't peppering with that jab, and this is in the third round, because he wasn't peppering with that jab, he was just coming straight in. Boom. That's exactly what you had to take advantage. You just gotta throw. Volkanovski get close enough where you can hit him, you gotta throw. You gotta go. You got to go. Boom. Bah. Yep. And right away, I tell you guys what, man. Brian Ortega has one of the. He's in a really good position. He's above his hips. This thing seems to. I'm not sure if it's locked, but at least this hand I know it's tight. At first I had thought he tapped. Even if it's just one. Ooh. I mean, that's grit, man. That's you got to give credit where credit is due, and that's something that Volkanovski does have. Is not everybody has the ability to have grit, and then he's still wrestling position. He's not playing that jiu-jitsu game, you know. Boom, and these guys are wet. These guys are sweaty, and one from getting choked to eventually come out and start ground and pounding. I mean, you gotta. I mean, Volkanovski has a gas tank, because that is not easy. That is not easy, guys. Relentless to the finish, and I want you guys to see this real quick. I mean, God, I mean that's going into the 5th to the 4th, but Brian's beat up. Brian's beat up from pretty much straight punches. Like there was no knees or no kicks done to the face. These are all punches. Yep, going into the 4th here. So that was a 3rd. You know, same thing, same combination. Right hand, left hook, or he throws that stiff jab. Bob, yep. Now he's in range. Now he smokes the hand, throws a kick. Yeah, I mean he does dip his head down, man. Looking at that, there's things up the middle that people can capitalize on. You know, he starts. It's just the 4th, but he's really getting aggressive. You know, there's 10 seconds left here. You know, goes back with that jab. He uses that jab to find his range. Ooh, nice elbow. Yep. Closing distance. Now he's just going. Notice he's controlling the hands, and he's just right. You know, once he feels free to go, he's gonna go. There's a commitment level to him that makes Volkanovski dangerous. Bah, bah. Something up the middle. Always throws that jab. He loves that jab. Yup. Get him to go backward. That's exactly how the fight is. You get him to go backward. Make him fight his B-side, Brian. Yup. Look how much more success you're having. Sometimes you gotta bully the bully. But, you know, this is one of the best fights I've ever seen from in mixed martial arts, because they displayed an arsenal of striking, wrestling, you know, being able to escape from submissions. I mean, to me, that's top 3. If in my eyes, that's the best fight I've seen in mixed martial arts. Brian Ortega versus Alexander Volkanovski. And here we have the Korean Zombie. Oh, the Korean Zombie is the only guy. Oh, he's 5'6", 5'7", I'm sorry. The Korean Zombie is the only guy that has a reach advantage on him. That's crazy. And then Zombie said he was short, but Zombie's only an inch taller. Or unless this guy's not 5'6". Yeah, so Volkanovski really teed off on Zombie in this fight. There's one thing. Can you stop it real quick? Can you go back a little bit? I want to show you guys Zombie's stance. Right there. You see? This was one issue that I had with Zombie, was this stance. And he kind of leans a little too forward. So when this guy throws, it's harder for you to get out. You know, that was like the biggest thing that I didn't like. You know what I'm saying? Like he squares up a little bit, he gets in that position. But Volkanovski just did a good job of just teeing off, waiting for this guy to come in and just throwing. I mean, there was no punch. I mean, there was a right hook landed there, or left hook, I'm sorry. Throws a jab and he counters too. You know what I mean? He countered Zombie there off that jab. Yep, fake bait him, got him to come in. You know, stay composed, waited for him to throw. He's in better position. He's winning the distance game to eventually throw that left hook right hand. Bah, around the butt and then followed up. Boom, around the chin. Talk about accuracy. Talk about accuracy there. Yep. And look at how he had him upright. How he was able to get that. It was a mixture of pressure, and it was a mixture of this pressure, and then you're gonna see him kind of sneak that arm through, gets him just a little more upright to eventually kick that bottom leg. Watch. Gets him upright, boom, to eventually use that outside leg to be able to trip. Yep, and right away he did good. He did a good job there of head and arm. Bah, he's just countering Zombie. Zombie's just throwing, and Volkanovski seemed like he caught his rhythm again. And Zombie did a good job of, yep, there's that kick. You know, I go back and I look at the stats, and that tells me a lot. You know, look at how he's kind of stagnant there. Bah! Those are investments. That's the peroneal nerve. It's coming back from Yep. There goes that simple. Can we rewind that real quick? There goes that simple jab. That simple jab. Go ahead. Frame it up for me. Jab. Go ahead. Right hand. Yeah, just doubling up on that right. But he uses that jab, that stiff jab, which it does hurt, but there's nothing like that right hand coming. Throws it, finds the range. Boom. And then that's it. He knows where he has to hit. The target is there. Boom. This is not good defense on Zombie. Zombies are giving his side. It's almost better for you to just confront the issue, the problem, the punches. Yep. And just pressure. Pressure. Zombie shouldn't be in there. Zombie's better off conquering the center. Yep. Elbow. There are so many different clinch games that people could, yep. But you know what? I mean, there's a takedown being done here, but Zombie had already defended I don't know how many of his takedowns. I think this is probably about the only time that Volkanovski took him down, I believe. But you're letting him in range, and then, you know, get him to exchange. This is where Islam is good. This is where Volkanovski could have problems with a guy like Islam because he understands his game even better than him. He threw this guy. He got emotional. He came in aggressive. This is where Islam lives. This is where Islam does a really good job. He gets you aggressive, getting you to overcommit, especially when you guys are in that fight zone, and he's level changing for the takedown. Islam lives off of that. Islam wants to be in his flurries. You know, like, he wants to be in these flurries, like so. Yep, and I mean, that's all it was. I think Volkanovski just, yeah, jab, right hand. I mean, that's pretty much what it was. It was a double jab, right hand. He lived off of that. He lived off of that right hand, left hook, right hand. I mean, he was just teeing off. I mean, man, that one hurt. I mean, I can only imagine. I can only imagine what Zombie was feeling, because this man just put a clinic pretty much. And again, this is like going into the third, and I mean, look at Zombie. Zombie's beat up. I mean, he's able to put damage. He's able to touch you with the hand super early. Yep. Now he's doing a good job. Now he's mixing it to the leg. Jab. I'm sorry, right hand. Left, and then boom, the kick. Right hand, left, and then he brings in that kick. This is one of his signature moves right here. Boom. Yeah. Yeah, he just had enough. He just had enough. Just the right hand, left, and that's it. It's basic. It's basic, but he understands the entries. He understands what to go. He'll slowly break you down. He'll understand you before he starts to really drop the hammer. You know, he does a good job of mixing his strikes. You have to study an opponent in order for you to beat an opponent. And I just don't think just watching tapes is not in. Watching tapes is good, but you really have to understand his concept of why he does what he's doing, and you'll have a better probability of actually beating him. So this is Max Holloway versus Volkanovski 3. I mean, you guys look at the height advantage. This guy's got 5 inches on him. But I want you guys to see this. This dude's got a 2.5 inch from a guy who's literally 5 inches taller, which is crazy. Yep, round one. Yep, he's starting to. He's the problem with fake them, fake getting them to react. But pause it real quick. But also look at the distance. Look at how much. Obviously, no, he's dipping down right now. But look at how the more you press this dude, the more you fall into his fight zone, the more this dude's gonna just tee off. Yeah, Holloway, like there's no kicks. There's no kicks. He's got the height advantage. I mean, he's got the reach advantage in legs, and he's not using it. Bah, he's countering, man. He's fought this dude so many times. That one right hand was the difference right here. He'll kind of dip his head a little bit to eventually catch him with that right. That's a hard shot. That opened him up, actually. Boom. Yep, uppercut. Yep, that's what I was waiting for. This was his last more recent fight. Uppercuts down the middle. These are things that could really diversify and make Volkanovski a little more unpredictable. Right there. Boom. More of that. Yeah, but then again, nobody's. There's no chopping here. Look at how close he is to somebody who has a reach advantage on you. Bah, right hand again. Same thing, waiting for this guy to throw. He'll just step back and throw that right. Yep, find the reach. Yep, peppering that jab. He's good. He's the better striker. But he's the better striker with the hands because nobody's attacking the legs. Bah. You gotta diversify what you're doing. Holloway fought the first fight just as he fought the third fight. Like nothing changed. He figured he maybe front kicks, use some of that stuff, but he decided to stay in range with Volkanovski. Cut his punches short to be able to take him. There's that infamous jab. Draw him in and then bah, and then be able to throw it. He'll draw you in where people don't know what's going on, but you'll slowly know that they're dragging you in, and he's eventually throwing. Right. Bah. Yeah. When he sees the opportunity, he knows when it's time to pull the trigger. You know, bah. Peppering that thing. Holloway's letting him in. This guy's just throwing because he's got good conditioning. Yep, down the middle. He's getting to react, and he's gonna decide what is it that he wants to do. Just right hands. Yeah, that's why it's always better to slip this way if people do throw rights. Because typically when you go that way, they can still kind of find you. Alexander Volkanovski put a masterpiece that night. But at the same time, I'm going to say Max Holloway was the same fighter from the first fight to the third fight. So this guy has already seen, he already saw everything that Max Holloway had to give. Look at Joe Rogan's head. Look at his face. He's like, damn, you're good. And now I would like to take it to none other than what I call the 3 T's. The technique, the tactics, and the threshold. Let's go. All right, so the techniques, the tactics, and the threshold. I would like to start off with Volkanovski right here, because I do believe in the sport of rugby that he's learned quite a bit of his conditioning through that. I think you want to credit that stuff. A lot of you guys will probably think, oh, rugby is not fighting. Dude, there's a certain pace that you have to take, and there's a lot of explosive movements that you have to have, but you also don't want to blow the wad. And when you understand that, it'll make you a better fighter, because there's different paces throughout the game. It's not just a go, go, go. So for that reason, I do believe this is one of Volkanovski's greatest strengths. And I gotta be real, as much as I don't want to, but I gotta give this man a 10. I gotta give him a 10. I would like to get now down to the technique. Volkanovski does a really good job of understanding distance. This is the reason why you have timing, because timing is what distance is what gives you the timing. If you don't have the right distance, you're not gonna have the right timing. He uses the right fakes. He diversifies his strikes. He's very simple with the strikes, which is sometimes just peppering, using that jab. He's almost like a fetcher to eventually drive that right hand, left hook, right hand, or left hook, right hand, left hook. But he's super, super basic, and he's super solid. He's always in position. As we saw some of those fights when the guys were kicking, he was able to literally get out. You see, so for the technique, man, it's obviously he is pound for pound. There's room for improvement, but this one's I'm gonna have to give Volkanovski a 9.5 here. You know, I just have to. I don't know. I just don't feel right giving him a 10 on technique, because he does tend to dip his head down as he throws. He will break distance without throwing that jab, and he'll get a little too comfortable with what he's doing at times. Now the one that's pretty much unknown, because he's been fighting everybody the exact same. How is it that he's gonna go with Islam? For me, for the tactics, I just don't know. I just don't know Volkanovski. I think that's yet to be known. So for that reason, I can't grade this, but I'm gonna give him a question mark. If you can beat somebody like Islam, I will definitely give you a 10 because you're gonna go against somebody who really understands the game. But for right now, I gotta keep it here. I gotta keep it here because I don't know. You're meant to beat all these guys at 145 pounds. But can you do it tactically if you go up a division to a guy that's bigger than you, a guy that's taller than you, a guy that's stronger than you, a guy that has the same experience as you? Do you have the ability to do that? You know, and it's the same reason why I'm more likely, I'm still not going to change my mind. I'm going to go Islam. I'm going to go Islam by possibly even finish. I think Islam's game. Nobody has taken this guy down. Nobody has kicked Volkanovski's legs. And those are, I think those are the two areas where I think Islam may take him. Maybe not the kicking, but he's definitely going to put him in the clinch. And I do believe in what they're saying. They're going to knee him. They're going to do X, Y, and Z. They're going to get him to throw to eventually take him down. And I do believe that it's going to be easy money for Islam Makhachev. You know, I think it's courageous of what he's doing, but I still think Volkanovski needs more time. Guys, I hope you guys really enjoyed you know, fight feedback with me featuring Volkanovski. I want to give a special shout out to Fruve, the one and only, with 15 servings of fruits and vegetables. Guys, I'm already down 15 pounds, all thanks to Fruve. So thank you so much, Fruve. And the other thing too is the cool thing about all of this is I'm able to dissect your guys' fights because fight feedback has officially came to you guys. You guys make sure to go to bjjfanatics.com. Search fight feedback. We're gonna get Henry Cejudo, yeah, that's right, the Triple C, to dissect your fights, and I'm gonna get it back to you within 7 days. Whether it's wrestling or it's mixed martial arts, I am here to dissect you. So you guys, again, thank you guys for watching. Triple C is out! What's up, everybody? Henry Cejudo here, the Olympic champ and 2-division champ in the UFC. And guess what, guys? I am here to let you guys know that fight feedback is coming to you. Yes, I said it, to you, where I get a chance to analyze your fights and your wrestling matches. That's right, for you. That's all you guys have to do is send your videos to bjjfanatics.com, click on the fight feedback link, and I, Henry Cejudo, aka Triple C, will analyze your video. So no more time to waste. Let's get at it. Let's get better. Triple C is out!